This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 6. And it says, it reads, some men holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechak, Wadash. All right, I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, with Ruwell. And I want to give a peace, greetings, and salutations to all the Legakim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity, throughout the four corners of the earth, and the brothers that's not wavering in the faith, being diligent in his truth. I say shalom to you, brothers, and I say shalom, to the few sisters that believe. All right, in all meekness and humbleness, I say shalom. I'm your brother Zakaria from GMS Miami Camp. And our Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect of the nation Israel, And my lesson today, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, is going to be basically on, all right, if you don't know the breakdown or know the understanding of certain scriptures, all right, don't wing it, don't try to make up your own breakdown, all right, because there's a judgment, all right, that's coming for those people, all right, and those false teachers who just read in the Bible and leaning onto their own understanding. All right, if you don't know the breakdown, all right, don't go over it. Learn the breakdown, then go over it. All right, don't just make things up. All right, as you see these other Israelite groups, they're reading precepts, not knowing or understanding, but just saying, all right, whatever they want to just deceive people. All right, and we're not supposed to be in that mindset. Especially us younger brothers, if we don't know certain breakdowns, which we should, because of what we have our teachers. All right, I'm gonna go back to that precept, but I'm just just flowing through the spirit. Yahweh Shema Shah said what? This is the book of this is Jeremiah. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah, Jeremiah 3 and 15. Yeah, this book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15 says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. All right, so the Lord set up pastors, our teachers, the prophets, started with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, to feed us with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right, I'll go back to that. Sirach 20 says, order. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 15 and verse 3. It says, with the bread of understanding she shall feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. Talk about this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, the Lord's gonna, all right, give us, all right, this wisdom and knowledge as to like food, because the Lord likened wisdom, knowledge unto food. He make it to an analogy or a metaphor. All right, so the Lord's gonna give us teachers to teach us. All right, so we can be like well nourished, man. All right, because hey, we got to have the true understanding. You can't just have half understanding. All right, and these other teachers, they don't know the breakdown of the MOTB. All right, what's the mark of the beast? They saying what is sin, Christianity. No, that's the incorrect breakdown. You gotta. The scripture says, "I want to teach you again." All right, the MOTB, the mark of the beast, is to see him, man. All right, just can't be just making up things. This is Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12. It says, for when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. All right, so when you come in this truth, you got to know the milk. All right. Scriptures say, desire the sincere milk out of spirit, desire. Grow. This is the book of First Peter chapter 2 First Peter chapter 2 verse 1, it says, wherefore lay aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisy and envyings and all evil speakings. All right. Chip said they speak not according to this word because there's no light in them, man. Verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby, man. All right. So it's all about becoming a new man and being taught this truth that you may grow. All right. This is Isaiah 28 or 29. Bear with me. Isaiah chapter 28 in verse 9. It says, to whom shall he teach knowledge? Like it says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. All right. So what, you got to get the milk. Let's read in the NIV. Who is it? It's like, who is it he is trying to teach? To whom is he explaining his message? To children weaned from their milk, to those just taken from the breast. So you got to, like a babe, you know, he don't go into meat. He drinks milk from the breast of his mom. All right. Meaning this, the wisdom, the basics, man. All right. The name of the Lord. All right. The different tribes, the Deuteronomy 28. All right. Salvation. All right. The chariots. All right. Israel. Who's Israel? Who's the Lord came for? Know the basics. Then when you get a little older, then you go into the reincarnation. Then you go into what the Daniel breakdowns. All right. And the Revelation breakdowns. All right. So you have that foundation. You just can't be in the truth for 3 weeks. A month, well, I say 3 weeks, because a month you would know a lot. You know, not a lot, but you would know. You know, you know more than these people out here. 2 weeks, you trying to break down Revelation 13. You know, Revelation 7. You know, or Daniel 7. You know, you got to be taught these things, man. Second Esdras. You got to be taught these precepts, man, from the teachers. Isaiah 28 and verse 10. You know, you just can't just following all type of doctrines and, Babylon is not America. You going off. You adding and take away from the scriptures. Lord will not get that. And there's a judgment for that, man. Joel, 2 and 20. All right, it says, the land barren and desolate, you know, the utmost seas, talk about the seas, you saying, like Nate, you saying the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea. That's wrong. That's wrong. All right. What is it? Euphrates, the correct breakdown is what? The Euphrates, the land barren and desolate over in the Middle East. All right. Saudi Arabia area over there, you know, Iraq area over there. All right. And what? You got the Euphrates. All right. And then you got the Red Sea. All right. The Euphrates, which go into the Gulf. The Persian Gulf. And then what? The other river or the sea is the Red Sea, man. You deceiving your congregation, saying that the MOTB, we went over that. Continuing on, Salakia. Isaiah 28 verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. All right, so this is how you learn, precept upon precepts, man. What was that precept I had before? Milk. Yeah, Hebrews chapter, here you go. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 12 again says, for when the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that uses milk is skillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Salah is unskillful. He's unskillful. All right? Because you're a babe. Verse 14, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. All right, so what, they are of mature age. They can die. They scripture say eat the whole roll, then go teach the house of Israel. All right, you gotta know that. You gotta know these breakdowns. You can't just add and take away. So let's go back to the Sirach 20. If you don't know it, just be quiet. Just don't break it down. Go to another lesson. Go learn to break down, then teach it. Don't wing it. Because you're gonna deceive. You're gonna deceive someone. All right. And ultimately, you adding and taking away from the scripture. So your judge, that blood gonna be on your hand, man. Sirach chapter 20, and we got to have the truth. All right, there's only one truth. There's no multiple truths. All right, there's no private interpretation. There's one doctrine. Let's get that one doctrine, one faith, and that's the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Ashai. All right, well, one truth. There's one truth. Faith. Yep. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. It's one Lord, one faith, one baptism. All right, so it's one faith. All right. Should we talk about continue things taught and assured of. Taught. Let's get this real quick. I just seen that. So they continued in the apostles' doctrine. Yep, Acts 2:42, and they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread and in prayer. So the doctrine ultimately comes from Yahweh Bashim Ashai, but the disciples and the followers, they continued in it, man. All right. First Timothy 4 and verse 16 says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. That's why it's important to continue in the doctrine, what you have heard of. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. So you got to learn. You got to first know the scriptures, man. All right, in which the Lord has to give you the understanding to get the understanding. Let's get it. 2 Timothy 3 and verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceiving. And you got to pray to the Lord that you're not a deceiver. All right, you're not an evil man waxing worse, puffed up, being a novice. All right, but you're gonna fall in the and you're gonna be condemned. All right. Verse 14 says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and from a child that thou hast, from a child, women who was going into the milk, the sincere milk. All right, till you get mature as an adult. All right, you grow in this truth. It says that thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushua. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So this is truth. All right. It's inspired by Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. All right. So we got to continue in what we have been learned. If the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone don't teach it, don't teach it. You ain't learning it from them, so don't teach it. All right. Teach what you have been taught. All right. All right. Like the elder Jeremiah from Chicago. All right. Teach what was taught. You know. Another precept I had. Yeah, that was it. Let's go to Sirach. Sirach chapter 20 in verse 6 says, Some men holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer. If you don't got the answer to say, I'll come back to you. I'll get the answer. Now, if you don't have the answer of a breakdown, someone asks you a question. Don't just make up something. Just say, I'm going to come back. I'm going to get the breakdown and I'm going to come back to you, man. All right, study. As scripture says, study to show thyself approved. That's why we supposed to be studying. And we supposed to know all these breakdowns. Study to shew. 2 Timothy 2 and verse 15, it says, study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you got to rightly divide the word of truth, man. All right? But don't just be winging it. Because if you tell somebody a wrong breakdown, they're going to go on the video, say the breakdown, other people going to follow it, and they're going to say that's the breakdown. That's when it's not the breakdown. Okay? Sirach 20 and verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer. And some keep his silence knowing his time. You know? You gotta, and that's going into what? Holding your tongue, you know, knowing when to speak, knowing when not to speak. All right? Knowing when to skillfully add, one to just keep it in. It's not time for me to speak. I'll speak later. All right. But if you don't have the breakdown, don't try to give a wrong answer, man. That's wicked. Just making up stuff and you know you did wrong, man. All right, I'm gonna end off on these couple of precepts. Revelation 22. Revelation chapter 22 and verse 18 says, For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh Bashim Shah shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And one of the plagues are that fire, that nuclear fire. The scripture say, hey, this is the plague wherewith all have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, man. Their eyes shall consume away in their hold, and their tongue shall consume away. Verse 19, if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh Bashim Shah shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. All right, so you add and take away, there's a judgment for that, man. Proverbs 30. In verse 5, it says, every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. All right, the scripture said all liars going to have their part in the lake which burneth with fire. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 2, it says, ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power which I command you. So we're not supposed to add or take away. If you don't know the breakdown, don't make it up. Just get the breakdown, call a brother, watch the elders, Go to GMS, reincarnation. You can type it in. Go to GMS YouTube, GMS, let's just say GMS Miami. GMS, reincarnation. Search, put the filter in, new, whatever. There's going to be brothers, the apostles, the elders or brothers, breaking down a breakdown. You need an answer on Daniel 7. Put GMS Daniel 7 breakdown, or GMS Revelation breakdown, and there's GMS Revelations 5 breakdown. You're going to see Apostle Tahar, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Aram Lab, or you're going to see El Yashvam. You're going to see brothers breaking it down. Whatever you need an answer to. GMS Gentiles. All right. Whatever. GMS chariots. You know what I'm saying? Because brothers are diligent in what the Lord is dealing with Great Millstone, man. And the brothers who's teaching the correct doctrine. So this is just the main lesson it was. But don't be winging it and make your own breakdowns, Learn it, learn the truth. But if you don't have an answer, if you don't have that breakdown, don't put it on like it, because you're deceiving Jake, and there's gonna be a judgment for that, man. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rechakodash. All right, I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone with Ruel. And I want to give peace, greetings, and salutations to all the like Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom and Shabbat Shalom. Keep fighting, keep it doing. Shalom.